rape survivors accident case has gotten murkier as Unnao exposes police negligence in the case. Two weeks before the accident, the family of the rape survivor had written a letter to the head of police in Uttar Pradesh citing threats to their lives. The survivor had also written to the Chief Justice of India asking for help and protection, saying her life was in danger, but she got no response. And even though the letter was submitted on the 13th of July, no action has been taken by the police so far. To make matters worse, despite her pleas for help, the policeman who was supposed to have been with her at the time was not in the car, and that is suspicious. Now Uttar Pradesh has written to the centre requesting that the CBI take over the attempt to murder case as well of that accident. Now remember, every time the CBI takes over a case, about 10 days pass in the handover process. The police have already booked BJP MLA Kuldeep Sengar and his brother and 10 others for the attempt to murder incident case. But the police have not brought him in for questioning. I also want to point out to you, this man remains the MLA of that area. He is also arguably still closely associated with the BJP, because no one from the BJP has been able to give us a clear answer on whether or not he has been expelled or suspended, or he continues to enjoy the political patronage of the party that runs the state and the centre. So taking this step by step, let's first go across to Alok, my colleague who's in Raebareli. He's been there for the last 2 days. Alok's been in fact tracking details of the case. Alok, have the police first of all questioned or taken the statement of the eyewitness that you spoke with yesterday?
Well, Faye, whoever the eyewitnesses were there, whom we spoken to yesterday, they told us that the police came there, they noted their names and their number also. Some of them have given their statement, but many of them are still there, and they are saying that their statements have not been yet recorded. When we talked to the police, they said that their investigations are still on, and they are still on the process of registering the statements, and they will soon register their statement. But as of now, if we talk about this particular case, let me tell you that yesterday, in fact, the case was registered in the section of murder, and 24 hours have already passed, but no one has been arrested. If you go by the FIR, there are 25 persons that include the MLA of the Unnao, who is presently in the jail. Neither he has been interrogated inside the prison. However, the 24 persons who are outside the bars, who are outside, they haven't been approached. Police said that they have formed the team. They, in fact, yesterday made the SIT, what we call the Special Investigating Team, led by Additional Deputy SP of Raebareli, but they haven't reached to any of the accused persons who are named in the FIR. Back to you.
कीजिए कि क्या ये लड़की ने पुलिस को खत लिखी थी कि उनकी जान को खतरा है, और ये खत कब लिखी गई थी, और क्या पुलिस ने उस खत इस लेटर को नजरअंदाज किया था, that they hadn't actually given her the protection that she had asked for?
वेल फे, जब ये खत लिखा गया था इस बारे में, तो ये सबसे पहले तो वहाँ के जो एसपी हैं उन्नाव, उनको बताया गया, और साथ ही साथ जो जुडिशरी है, जहाँ जहाँ तक फैमिली की अप्रोच हो सकती थी, उन्होंने सबको अप्रोच किया. लेट मी टेल यू, in the note, if we go by the letter, that it is clearly said that on 7th of July, the accused persons, the associate of the MLA, came to their residence. They threatened them, और उनको ये बोला कि हमारे साथ कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ कर लो, नहीं तो हम आपकी फैमिली को एलिमिनेट कर देंगे, यानी कि हम ख़त्म कर देंगे, जैसे हमने आपके फादर को एलिमिनेट किया था. और साथ ही साथ उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि जिस तरीके से हमने तुम्हारे चाचा को फंसाया है, उसी तरीके से हम तुम लोग को भी फंसा देंगे. ये सारी बातें लेटर में लिखी गई हैं. एंड इनफैक्ट नॉट ऑन दी 7th, on 18th or on 8th also, the same kind of group came there, and they also threatened the family members. And the special part is that all these persons who are named in the letter, in fact, they all are witness into this cases, into this all three cases, जिसकी investigation CBI कर रही है. Remember that there are 3 cases registered into this whole rape case and the murder of the victim's father. इन तीनों केसेस में चार्जशीट फाइल हो चुकी है, सीबीआई जांच कर रही है आगे, लेकिन फिलहाल इस घटना के होने के बाद अब एक नया केस आया है एंड टुडे इन फैक्ट वी रिपोर्टेड दैट द सीबीआई दैट द यूपी पुलिस हैड ऑलरेडी written to the central government demanding the case to be transferred to the CBI. Let me tell you, Faye, it seems that that the UP police is not at all interested into this investigating this case. और इससे ऐसा लगता है कि क्या MLA का इतना डोमिनेंस है इस पर्टिकुलर रीजन में कि पुलिस केस को आगे बढ़ाना ही नहीं चाहती है.
आलोक, हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए बहुत धन्यवाद. माय कॉलीग आलोक, they're bringing us reports from Raebareli. He in fact managed to speak to eyewitnesses even before the police bothered to find those eyewitnesses and take their statements. Alok will continue to bring us updates on what is a very, very scary story. It's not worrying anymore. It's simply scary. So here was an underaged girl who accused a powerful BJP MLA of rape. After that, her father died. The witness to her father's death died. Her aunts, both maternal and paternal, are both dead. Her uncle is in prison. And her mother is currently sitting on dharna, asking for justice. Remember, the girl herself, who's only 19 years old, who has now witnessed the death of so many family members, is fighting for her own life in a government hospital in Lucknow right now. The question we're asking tonight is this: is this enough evidence to suggest that the Uttar Pradesh police has been complicit from the very beginning? Joining us on the show, Rakesh Tripathi, spokesperson for the BJP Uttar Pradesh, Vikram Singh, former DGP Uttar Pradesh, Karuna Nandi, lawyer with the Supreme Court, Ranjana Kumari, director at the Center for Social Research. Rakesh, while I welcome all of my guests to the show, Rakesh Tripathi ji, पहले आपसे एक सवाल पूछना है. क्या आप हमें क्लैरिफाई करके बता सकते हैं कि कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर अभी बीजेपी के मेंबर है कि नहीं? Is he a member of the BJP? Does he hold any position or office within the BJP? Has he been suspended? Has he been expelled? What is his status?
मैंने कल भी आपके शो में इस बात को स्पष्ट किया था और मैं फिर से आज दोबारा स्पष्ट कर रहा हूं, जिसको भारतीय जनता पार्टी की उत्तर प्रदेश इकाई के अध्यक्ष श्री स्वतंत्र देव सिंह जी ने भी स्पष्ट किया है कि कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर पर जब ये आरोप लगे थे तभी उनको बीजेपी ने शो कॉज नोटिस किया था और उनके शो कॉज नोटिस पर जो उन्होंने अपना जवाब सबमिट किया था उस जवाब को अनुशासनात्मक समिति के सामने एग्जामिन किया गया था और अनुशासन समिति जो भाजपा की है उसने उनको निलंबित करने की कार्रवाई की थी. उसके बाद वो जेल चले गए थे. जेल तब से लगातार वो जेल में है. वो पार्टी की न किसी गतिविधि में शामिल है, न पार्टी के किसी मंच पर वो है. पार्टी के से सस्पेंड होने का मतलब ही होता है कि वो पार्टी की किसी भी गतिविधि में किसी भी प्रकार से कोई हिस्सा नहीं ले सकते हैं. ये बात बिल्कुल क्लियर है, बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है. बावजूद इसके लगातार बार बार ये कहा जाना कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी उनको बचाने का काम कर रही है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी उन पर किसी प्रकार की कोई कठोरता नहीं कर रही है, ये एक पक्षीय बात है. स्पष्ट तौर पर हमने इस पूरे मामले को सीबीआई को हैंडओवर करने का काम किया था. जब ये पूरा मामला उस समय मीडिया की सुर्खियां बना था, उसके बाद एसआईटी का गठन हुआ था. इसमें सीबीआई जांच के लिए आदेश हुए थे और सीबीआई ने इस पूरे मामले में चार्जशीट फाइल की है. सीबीआई कोर्ट इस पूरे मामले को प्रोसीडिंग्स को आगे बढ़ाने का काम कर रही है. इस पूरे मामले जब एक्सीडेंट का मामला हुआ है, इसको लेकर के भी पीड़ित पक्ष की ओर से भी बातें कही गई और राजनीतिक दलों की ओर से भी आरोप लगाए गए कि उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस पर भरोसा नहीं है और इस पूरे मामले को उच्च जांच एजेंसी सीबीआई को दिया जाना चाहिए. उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार ने बिना देर किए केंद्र सरकार से इस बात का आग्रह किया है कि इस मामले की भी सीबीआई से ही जांच कराई जाए और जब तक सीबीआई इस पूरे मामले का इन्वेस्टिगेशन प्रारंभ नहीं करती है तब तक एक एसआईटी गठित की गई है जो एडिशनल एसपी रायबरेली श्री शशि शेखर जी की अध्यक्षता में है, जिसमें 3 सदस्यीय उनके साथ सीओ रैंक के 3 अधिकारी इसमें जोड़े गए हैं जो तब तक इस पूरे मामले की जांच करेंगे. और लखनऊ से फॉरेंसिक टीम उस घटनास्थल पर भी कल उसी दिन पहुंच गई थी, जिसने उस ट्रक के जो साइट थी उसमें मोटर्स और तमाम सारी जो चीजें जिसमें फॉरेंसिक जो साक्ष्य उठाने होते हैं उस साक्ष्यों को कलेक्ट करने का काम किया है. बाकी पुलिस पूछताछ कर रही है. ट्रक के क्लीनर से, ट्रक के ड्राइवर से, ट्रक के ओनर से सबसे पूछताछ हुई है. उनके बयानों का वेरिफिकेशन हो रहा है. उनके जितने भी टेलीफोन के उनके मोबाइल के रिकॉर्ड्स हैं उनके रिकॉर्ड्स तलाशे जा रहे हैं. जितने भी तरह के साजिश के एंगल हो सकते हैं, जो भी संभावनाएं हो सकती हैं, उन संभावनाओं को तलाशने का काम किया जा रहा है. बावजूद इसके ये लगातार आरोप किया जाना कि योगी सरकार कोई उनके ऊपर नरमी बरत रही है, मैं मानता हूं ये ठीक नहीं है.
वेरी गुड मिस्टर त्रिपाठी, एक क्लैरिफिकेशन दे दीजिए हमें। आपने तो कल ही कहा था कि ही स्टिल अ मेंबर ऑफ द बीजेपी, आप आज कह रहे हैं ही इज नॉट बीन अ मेंबर ऑफ द बीजेपी फॉर द लास्ट 1 ईयर। चलो छोड़ दीजिए, आप मुझे ये बताइए कि अभी अभी जो इलेक्शन खत्म हुए जनरल इलेक्शंस में, उसमें जब योगी आदित्यनाथ कैंपेन कर रहे थे तो उनके मंच पे, स्टेज पे उनके पास कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर की बीवी क्यों बैठी थी? Why was his wife, Mr. Sengar's wife, on the stage with Yogi Adityanath? Question 1. Question 2. Why is it that Sakshi Maharaj, the member of parliament elected from Unnao, felt the need to go to jail and say thank you to Kuldeep Singh Sengar for helping him during the elections if this man is no longer part of the BJP? Why is he helping you with your elections?
पहला प्रश्न आपका उनकी पत्नी के संदर्भ में है। उनकी पत्नी उन्नाव की जिला पंचायत की सम्मानित अध्यक्षा है जो निर्वाचित हैं, और सम्मानित जिला पंचायत के अध्यक्ष होने के नाते न वो पार्टी से निष्कासित की गई है, न उनके खिलाफ किसी प्रकार की कोई कार्रवाई की गई है। और आरोप विधायक पर है, विधायक की पत्नी पर नहीं है। इसलिए विधायक की पत्नी का मंच साझा किया जाना ये किसी प्रकार से न अनैतिक आता है, न अवैधानिक आता है। जहां तक बात सांसद साक्षी महाराज जी के मिलने की है, साक्षी महाराज अपनी व्यक्तिगत कैपेसिटी में उनसे मिलने के लिए गए थे। साक्षी महाराज उनसे मिलकर के उनको थैंक्स करते हैं या क्या बात करते हैं, ये साक्षी महाराज का व्यक्तिगत विषय है। मैं स्पष्ट तौर पर कह रहा हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के चुनाव कैंपेन में कुलदीप सिंह सेंगर की किसी भी प्रकार की प्रत्यक्ष या परोक्ष कोई भूमिका नहीं थी। भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने उनसे न किसी प्रकार के प्रचार की अपेक्षा की थी, और वो जेल में है। और एक बात मैं और स्पष्ट करूं कि उन्नाव से वो विधायक निर्वाचित है, लेकिन उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार ने उनको उन्नाव जेल की बजाय सीतापुर, जो उन्नाव से दूरी पर स्थित है, उस जिले की जेल में निरुद्ध करने का काम किया है, ताकि किसी भी प्रकार का वो प्रभाव का इस्तेमाल ना कर सके, उनसे बहुत बड़ी संख्या में वहां पर लोग मिलने जुलने के लिए ना आ जा सके। ये अपने आप में एक बहुत फ्री एंड फेयर इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए और एक पूरे मामले के फेयर ट्रायल के लिए ये जरूरी था, जो उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार ने कदम उठाने का काम किया है।
Well, I just want to point out to our audience, Sakshi Maharaj, the Unnao member of parliament, came out of, that meeting in jail and made this statement, and I quote, "Our Yashasvi or renowned popular Kuldeep Singh Sengar is lodged here for quite some time. I thought it appropriate to thank him for all of the help that he had given us after the elections." One wonders what help he was giving the BJP from inside jail, especially when he was no longer a member of the BJP. But let me open this up right now to the rest of my panel, one by one. And I want to start with Ranjana ji. Ranjana ji, good evening. There is a very serious problem here. It's almost like a badly written script of a 1980s villainy film, where this young girl, under the age of 18 when the alleged rape happened, accused a powerful man, and almost every member of her family has been killed since then. Do you believe that the Uttar Pradesh police has been complicit, Ranjana ji?
Well, Faye, first of all, when the rape happened, they did not register the FIR. Then after that, it had to be, she had to go for, really declaring she will immolate herself. Then only the FIR was registered. UP police did not put Sengar's name in the FIR. It was missing from FIR. Then conveniently it was given to CBI. And look at this accident. It's premeditated conspiracy and murder. Let me tell you how. In UP, as long as Mr. Sengar is in UP jail, anything can happen from UP jail. Everybody, I think even Mr. Rakesh Tripathi knows, and let him not plead any ignorance about it. He's just reeled out the whole thing as if, he is the investigation agency. In fact, from the jail, if a person of Sengar kind who is connected with Mr. Sakshi Maharaj, Mr. Adityanath, if he can really organize this crime in such an efficient manner that on a rainy day, a truck which has, its plate totally smudged, blackened, and also from the side hits the car, and also there was nothing. So many hours the media people were there and we were watching. The truck was not cordoned off. What kind of a forensic have they collected? And also that immediately they concluded it is an accident. In fact, the police tried to write it off as an accident. UP police, in fact, let me just, 2 more lines. I think in fact UP police did not do any proper investigation. The first thing itself the DGP said that if the family wants, we can give it to the CBI. What is UP police there for? Why don't they resign? Why don't they say that the state law and order cannot be managed by them? Let CBI come and manage the state law and order in UP. This is a jungle raj, this is a criminal raj. I can tell you, this girl is fighting for her life on the one side, on the other side. You remember the sentence the girl said in so many words, we remember to media, that they are saying compromise or your whole family will be eliminated. What has happened? This is not a badly written script, Faye. This is the criminal and political nexus in Uttar Pradesh. This is the jungle raj of Uttar Pradesh. This is the crime where a minor girl, a young girl, is fighting alone her battle, and of course, all of you are, and we all are saying whatever we are saying, but against high and mighty, you cannot and you must not be allowed to get justice in this country. And in Uttar Pradesh, no way you can get justice. I can tell you, there is absolutely no way this UP police is going to hand over any information, because they are in no mood to really frame him, no mood to really say the truth. And I think Yogi Adityanath Maharaj is sitting there, and nothing is going to happen in that state. This is the most pathetic. This whole country is today ashamed. Whole country is shocked that if an MLA threatens a girl who is a minor, that I'll eliminate your family, and finally he manages to eliminate the family. What kind of a life we all girls are having in this country, and what kind of a future are we looking for? I don't think Rakesh Tripathi today has the courage to say that sitting from the jail, this man has managed this conspiracy, and this conspiracy has happened. And finally, of course, we will know the result, because she is in a very critical condition.
Well, we have to realize a couple of things. If this man could manage an election from inside of jail, there's no reason why we should expect that he can't manage to design this murder from inside of jail. Vikram Singh, I'm going to ask you specific questions about police protocol, Mr. Singh. First of all, the fact that the security, this young lady was promised security by the court, awarded security by the court. 9 policemen were supposed to be on shift constantly with her, but at the time when the truck hit her car, there was no policeman with her. It is almost suspicious. Secondly, the FIR was only registered after much hue and cry, and after her uncle came forward from inside jail where he's serving a sentence, saying that he has been threatened and his family members have been threatened. In spite of that, Kuldeep Sengar, who is in jail, has not been brought in for questioning. He has not been questioned by the Uttar Pradesh police. Is this protocol? What was the police supposed to have done? Is this evidence of the fact that the police was complicit?
Faye, it is with a very heavy heart that I may submit that security 99.9% is fail marks. Unless it is cent%, security cover is not there. The security cover has to be infallible, and the protectee has no right to say, I will not take security. It is the job of the security cover to ensure, with the protectee, without the protectee, and in spite of the protectee. It is their job. And if the protectee was reluctant to take the security cover, it was the duty of the police staff there, the designated staff, to call the headquarters, request for a car, request for reinforcements. But there was no way, in the backdrop of what Alok has said just now, to have abandoned, I would say, abandoned the protectee to her own fate. This is flaw number 1. Then, not interrogating Kuldeep Sengar is flaw number 2. And not only Kuldeep Sengar, everybody in his cohort, the mobile phone of the driver and the cleaner should have been examined very, very thoroughly by the IT experts, and all the calls that were taken in the last 30 or made in the last 30 days should have been put to close scrutiny. As also they should be subjected to the lie detector tests, the polygraph tests, and also the narco analysis. I don't think anything like that has happened. I would say that there are terrible and horrible glaring fault lines in the investigation. And what to talk of proactive, there is barely anything that is reactive. I do expect that yes, you will come up to the expectation in such a sensational case. Your credibility is at stake. The least you can do is to interrogate all members of Kuldeep Sengar gang, whether in Sitapur. And yes, I was told that he has been transferred to Sitapur jail. Sitapur is adjoining district of Lucknow, just as Unnao is. It is like saying that one has been transferred from Delhi to Noida. Transferring from Delhi to Noida is not the answer. Transfer him to Coimbatore. Transfer him to the Dasna jail of Ghaziabad. That would have sent a signal, or would have given some points to you that you are serious about what you are saying. But the fact remains that Kuldeep Singh Sengar is a muscle man MLA, and he seems to be running his empire just like Atiq was from Devariya jail. And I would say that there's a lot of answering that the police has to do, and they still have the time before the CBI takes over to come out with flying colors. I do hope they are listening to what I'm advising them.
Their colours, I'm sorry, Mr. Vikram Singh, are dubious at this point. And this is why it's important. And I want to ask this question of Karuna Nandi. Ms. Nandi, good evening. So, when the police is hesitant, if that's a really mild way to put it, I want to understand from the legal point of view, because eventually this will all wind up in court. If there is a reluctance to actually collect evidence and to look after evidence correctly, if there is a reluctance to provide protection to witnesses and the victim here, if there is, and we can see, a clear political patronage to the accused, as much as Mr. Tripathi will deny it, there is no denying the fact that the hand of the BJP continues to bless the head of Kuldeep Singh Sengar. What message does that send to the police? What happens finally when this winds up in court? Will this young lady get the justice that she deserves?
Briefly, no. Because everything depends on the nature of the charge sheet and the nature of the prosecution. A lot is being said about the CBI taking over the case from the UP police. But let us remember that it is after the taking over the CBI. I've seen reports that said that they took over actually in April 2018, that this young woman was killed. So either we have a situation of complete incompetence by the central and state government in this regard, or we have collusion. Let us look at the evidence for collusion. People are talking about various gaps in investigation, various fine gaps, and they're absolutely right. Let us also remember that the father of the child rape survivor, let us remember that she was a child at the time. It's prosecuted, it was, the FIR is under the POCSO Act, right? Let us remember that the child's father was arrested, not Kuldeep Singh Sengar, but the child's father, the rape victim's father, and that he was then killed in custody. So when we are looking at the collusion of the UP police, let us not forget this fact. Has there been any permission, has there been any prosecution of police officials? Not that I can see. People say, ये हमारे member नहीं है, ये एक साल पहले expel हो गए. ये आपके विधायक हैं? He is still an MLA of the BJP. That resignation in the State Assembly has not been done. We are being told that his wife is an eminent. His wife is not the point here. She, she has her own thing. She is not the point. This particular man has been assisting in the BJP's elections. He is a BJP MLA. Let us now remember that the kind of impunity and violence that is happening not just in the state of UP and in this particular case, because let us, from the state of UP itself, we saw a case recently where a journalist, one of your colleagues was practically kidnapped, and taken against any rule of law and arrested without any 41A notice, without any, without being asked to join an investigation. He was just arrested, picked up from the streets of Delhi for saying something against the Chief Minister, Adityanath, on Twitter. The kind of impunity that we see here, people think that when it is against Pehlu Khan or when it is against a clerk, that is not something that can affect them. None of these people were Muslim.
Yes.
What happened in the Pehlu Khan case, what happened in the Akhlaq case is that the investigation was hugely compromised. We saw that in BJP states that there were members of the BJP going and visiting the accused. We see even people who are so-called sophisticated members, garlanding lynch mobs. So I don't think that any of this is separable. I think all of this is linked. People are particularly scared in the Unnao case because it is a case of a rape of a child where the father died in custody, where the only witness of this fact has died, where you have the lawyer who is in hospital in a critical condition and could die at any point, where the child rape victim herself is on, we don't know whether she will survive or not.
Yes, and that
what's happening.
Yes,
Not just in the state
that
of
actually
UP,
brings
what
me
is
to my
happening in
next
our
question.
country.
Yes, that actually brings me to my next question. Ranjana ji, the victim here or the survivor and her lawyer remain in a government hospital in Lucknow. They have not been moved out. We've heard cries from people like Swati Maliwal asking that they be moved to AIMS in Delhi, where they perhaps would be a little more secure. Do you believe that they are safe in Lucknow, or should they be moved out at this point?
Well, we feel, I think, if our system was sensitive, if our system was really responsible, Supreme Court should have taken the suo moto notice of this whole thing and should have ordered them to be shifted to a safe hospital which is in Delhi, and also they should have really provided the full protection, because as Vikram Singh ji said, that if those fellows did not get into the car because car had too many people, why did they not, who did they inform finally that we are not going with the protectee because protectee is not having enough space in the car? Who did they inform? Did they tell anybody about this? Or is it not their responsibility? And how a truck could move around in the state just without any number plate, which is visible? Now story is because they had taken some kind of a loan. So that means you will allow such trucks to move on the road of the UP. Is it law and order? Is it proper way of doing it? So I feel that here the court has to, because remember, in this case also High Court intervened and then only things started moving. I think the court has to really take, and I appeal to the judge's conscience, and I appeal to any judge can do that. I think appeal to their conscience to really move the two of them at least to a safe hospital, because this is a conspiracy. This is really, everybody is siding with the other person. The police is siding with the politicians. The politician is siding with the criminal. Everybody is, in hand and gloves, and they're trying to just eliminate any kind of, now if she, God forbid, I mean, I'm praying for her health, but if something happens, the whole case is over for this man, and he can, this is how, in every which case that we have seen, they have eliminated all the witnesses, they have eliminated the, what happened, I mean, why can't they really move them to Delhi? When the mother is saying, mother is sitting on a dharna, she's saying that my daughter will get killed here. Why are they not moving her to Delhi? They're asking for CBI to come from center and do the investigation. Why are they not moving her to Delhi?
Why aren't they moving out? Yes,
what
absolutely.
is the reason?
Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to leave this here right now because we will come back to this story every single day. For those people watching at home, if this horrifies you, you're absolutely right, it should horrify you. And if you're wondering what you should do, outrage. The more outrage comes from ordinary citizens, the more pressure the government will be under to make sure that this doesn't get brushed under the carpet. We have to stand with this girl. She has lost her family in this entire business. She only has us left. If you tonight feel that what's happening here is complete injustice and a complete travesty of justice, then say something about it. Use social media, say something about it. Keep the outrage alive to make sure that we keep her alive. Because the moment the public glare moves away from her, she will be on her own. And when she's on her own, as we have seen, she's certainly not safe. We're moving on to another group of people who are not safe, the farmers, at least in the state of Maharashtra. Now, we don't know how many farmers have committed suicide or died across the country because the government continues to withhold that information from us. We do know, of course, the state of Maharashtra because we've accessed government data that shows us that over 1,300 farmers have committed suicide in this state in just 6 months. A staggering 497 of those in the month of June alone. The data shows that the worst hit region, as it has always been, is the region of Marathwada. Now, I want to point out to you that the government can continue to completely lie about this bold-faced. But our farmers are in worse distress today than they were a year ago. And they have marched to our cities, they have appealed for help, they have begged, they have pleaded, and now, at a complete loss for other options, they're taking their own lives. A drought has made this far, far worse. Today, as you sit down for dinner and you put food on the plates of your children, remember that the people who grew that food for us are dying because no one can hear their cries. Mandar Fanse joins me right now from our Mumbai newsroom. Mandar, this is important information because it's specific to the state of Maharashtra, and Maharashtra has always had for the last couple of years, the highest numbers of farmer suicide. Is this an indicator of what things might be like across the country?
It likely so, Faye, because it is all linked with the agrarian crisis, and especially when it comes to the kharif crops at the onset of these monsoons. This time round, consecutively there were almost 2 to 3 years there was a deficient rainfall across India, not just in Maharashtra, but to be very precise, the credit system itself is at a great deal of fault when it comes to the crop loans are concerned. The crop loans this time around in Maharashtra, if I say so, if at the total targeted cost, they have only able to disburse to the tune of 30%. That shows how much snail speed they have achieved in disbursing the crop loans. And this is not just linked with the speed of the various banks or for that matter various money lending agencies of the government, but it is also linked with the loan waiver, which was much talked about before the elections. And this loan waiver has not reached to most of the farmers even today. Not just that, because of the unfulfilled kind of data processes over there within the loan waiver system, most of the farmers were not eligible to go for crop loans this time around, and that has also created a great deal of mess as far as obtaining loans for the crops are concerned, for going for the sowing seasons, and especially when it comes to the Marathwada region, where there are a couple of problems, but this particular credit supply itself is a huge problem, because soybean and cotton, for that matter, needs a lot of investment during the crop during the kharif sowing season. Not just that, again, as far as Prime Minister Fasal Bima Yojana is concerned, 2018 crop insurances have not yet reached to the farmers this season also. That means the kharif insurances has not yet disbursed till today for the last year. That means that is also one of the most deficient system as far as farmers are concerned. Of course, the drought condition is there, and within the drought condition, almost 15,000 villages. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, Mandar. And of course, like we've been pointing out on the channel, the government, the central government has withheld the NCRB data that will tell us what the farm suicides have been across the country. States like Karnataka, for example, and Madhya Pradesh that have seen a tremendous amount of farm distress. We've not seen any relief for those farmers, but we haven't seen those numbers either. And those numbers will give us an indication of what things are like in our farm sector. As you can well imagine, a sector that was already under tremendous stress is facing now either floods or drought that has most certainly ruined one entire crop. Remember, if our farm sector, our agri sector collapses, as it is now on its way to do, our entire economy will collapse, and there's no two ways about that. The contentious Triple Talaq Bill has finally been passed in the upper house of Parliament. This after the opposition's motion to send the bill to a select committee was defeated. After a heated debate in the Rajya Sabha between the opposition and the centre, the Triple Talaq Bill was passed with 99 votes in favour of the bill, while 84 members voted against it. The TRS, the AIADMK and the JDU walked out of the House, while the TDP abstained from voting on the bill. With today's vote, instant triple talaq now becomes a crime punishable with a jail term. The bill now only needs the President's approval to become a law.
मैंने हाउस में बहुत विस्तार से बोला है। आज का दिन बहुत ऐतिहासिक है। आज का दिन इस हमारे मुस्लिम समाज की जो बेटियां हैं, जो बहनों हैं, उनके साथ जो नाइंसाफी चल रही थी, आज दोनों हाउस ने उनके साथ न्याय किया है। मुझे इस बात का बहुत संतोष है। ये एक बदलते भारत की शुरुआत है, और मैं अभिनंदन करूंगा अपने प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का कि उन्होंने इसमें इतना लीड लिया और आज हम बदलाव कर सकते हैं।
देखिए, ऐसा है कि हमारी तरफ से तो हम तो विरोध कर ही रहे थे, तो हम चाहते थे कि सेलेक्ट कमेटी में जाए और इसमें कुछ संशोधन हो। हमने अमेंडमेंट्स मूव किए, लेकिन सत्ताधारी ने बात नहीं मानी। लेकिन दुख की ये बात है कि जिन लोगों ने डिबेट के दौरान ये ऐलान किया कि हम इस बिल का विरोध करेंगे और इसके वोट इसके खिलाफ करेंगे, जब वोट का टाइम आया तो वो सदन में दिखे ही नहीं।
Evidence, of course, that there is a rift between the opposition right now, and the opposition is unable to stick together despite their weak numbers. So if members of the opposition were in fact either abstaining or not present during the voting, it means that there are portions of that breaking away and a lack of consensus in the opposition. Well, another bill was passed through Lok Sabha today. It's a Consumer Protection Bill 2019. Now, the bill aims to create a national level regulator called the Central Consumer Protection Authority to deal with consumer complaints in a proactive manner. The bill also contains key provisions dealing with product liability, misleading advertisements, and liability specifically for celebrity endorsements, among others. Now, if the bill passes in Rajya Sabha, it becomes a law, and celebrity endorsers may be fined up to 10 lakh rupees for misleading ads. Now, this brings us to a big question. Should celebrities be made liable for endorsing a product, and to what end? On the conversation with me, KV Sridhar, who's a brand expert, and Samir Soni, who's an actor. Gentlemen, good evening and thank you for joining us. Mr. Sridhar, or Pops, as he's more popularly known in the advertising industry, here's the question. Can a celebrity be expected to check whether toothpaste is really Ayurvedic or organic as it claims on the box? Is that something we can make celebrities liable to find out and be sure about?
Yeah, I think, today celebrities and then the stakes have increased so much. So what happens in this is each celebrity has a team of experts, and those guys will actually check. And there is absolutely nothing morally they are allowed to do anything, but legally there is something which you are not allowed to do. And one of those things which you are not allowed to do legally is to mislead people on any product information. Since celebrities have become the face of the brands, of course, they are also liable as much as the manufacturers and marketers. Though, the amount, whatever it might be, finally it will be borne by the advertiser. So it does not mean much, but every celebrity must take the liability and responsibility and cross-check 100 times about what they are saying is true or false. Right. If they act according to their conscience, and then if they do a little bit of research and insist, probably they should get that.
All right, Samir Soni is with us. Samir, good evening. Do you believe that celebrities ought to take that responsibility, cross-check everything, have a team that will be able to tell you whether or not you should go ahead with the brand?
Faye, first, I don't think that's practical, that they can do that. And secondly, in terms of to what extent can you go? Because as far frauding the consumers is concerned, it can happen at several levels. For example, it can happen at a financial level in which the balance sheets and the income statements of the company who's manufacturing something is, has something which is irregular, right? It can happen in the manufacturing process, in which case maybe the ingredients they're putting in right now and 10 years from now, you'll find out there's something wrong with that. And thirdly, maybe the claims they're making are inappropriate. They're not substantiated. So there are different levels at which there can be deception on part of the seller to the consumer. Now, the question is, for each of this, you do have government bodies who cross-checks. I mean, for example, for financial statements, you have the income tax people. They take care of it. In terms of your product, there are regulatory bodies. They check that your products are fine. They meet the standard, the ISI stuff. And in terms of marketing, how you promote it, I mean, you can't place any ad. There is a body, a government body, which actually regulates that. So they all exist. So to me, it sounds like somebody's kind of passing their buck onto the celebrity. And so that's one level, that there are bodies who do their job. And if they want celebrities to be held responsible, they have to be clear to what extent that we should do, because I don't know how far I need to go back into the manufacturing process or have knowledge. And thirdly, I think even the consumer, if any consumer makes a case that, for example, I'll give an example, if Michael Schumacher is, promoting a car, and he has a name in the business, the mobile business. Now, as a consumer, if I was the consumer, I would probably first find out what kind of car it is. I will find out how it drives, what are the reviews, who the manufacturer is, test drive it myself. But I won't say, oh, Michael Schumacher is selling this, so it has to be right, and I'll blindly buy it. So as a consumer, I can't pass the complete responsibility on the celebrity as well. Celebrity to what extent? B, there are.
Yes, fair enough. So let me just bring Pops back into that. Sridhar, the Advertising Standards Council of India, which is self-regulatory, which is meant to do this job, this is what they do. They send notices to agencies for putting out misleading ads. Is this effectively acknowledging that the Standards Council doesn't work? Or, that self-regulation of the ad industry has not worked until now, and the government needs to step in with a regulator?
See, I'm not representing ASCII right now. I can't make on behalf of ASCII. But at the same time, ASCII has guidelines, for the advertisers and also for the celebrities. If celebrities wanted to actually tick mark all the boxes, they can approach ASCII and then ask what are the legal things, which they can do before accepting it. I think it is now getting too complicated with the digital medium, really exploding. Not just, big celebrities, most of them take care of. It is the so-called influencers and mini celebrities, they fall into the trap of actually doing anything which the manufacturers want. That is where the false claims come into the play. Be it telemarketing, be it on social media, So that is where the real problem lies.
Well, I know Samir has a point to make. Samir, go ahead.
Can I come in, please?
Go ahead.
Faye, can I come in, please? Yeah, Faye, firstly, the gentleman just mentioned that there are a bunch of boxes which the celebrity can tick, right? Now, firstly, what are those boxes? We don't know to what extent you want to go, because frauding can happen at any level. So, unless you give us a guideline, and we are happy to abide by that. There is no issue as far as that is concerned, And I think, personally speaking, celebrities tend to be a soft target that people can't get to the company. So it's easier to, and make more noise if you get, say, a big star's name who's representing the company or the ad. And it's easier to point it out and get publicity out of it and bring it to notice. But it is not that individual's prerogative to be going research which you or the government agency should be doing. So, to me, it doesn't, I think it's just a way of copying out, saying, hey, you should check it. I fail to understand. I think consumers got to take responsibilities, the body's got to take responsibility, and the so-called check marks, what are they? I would be happy to abide by them as long as you tell me what is expected of me. I am not an expert. For example, if I was to promote a software, and also another point I'd like to make.
I do believe that's what the legal teams are for.
Celebrities.
Yes.
One second.
Yeah.
No. Legal teams are for what?
So
legal teams are for what?
So the legal
to do
team
research?
Is to put out the checklist of the things you need to check that ASCII already has.
No, but that the government has to give to us, right? It's like saying I can't do my job.
Any of the bodies,
you do that. One second.
You will get all the tick boxes.
Okay, so I just want to ask one last question before we run out of time. KV Sridhar, you said that there are influencers, say for example on Instagram, who are who basically put out products, they get paid for it. This is where advertising and endorsement is going. Are you saying that this new body that has been set up by the government will also regulate Instagram and Facebook and influencers, TikTok influencers? Will they have the bandwidth to do that?
I don't know whether they are that is included in this or not, but certainly the industry bodies are looking very seriously at the digital and influencer. For instance, globally, globally, all the social media,
Faye, one last point,
if any
one last
celebrity is endorsing it, you must mention that it is a paid ad, not their personal endorsement.
Samir, go
there
ahead.
are a lot of regulations which are there. It's a complex world
Faye, one
we are
last
living in.
Yes.
One last one.
right.
I say. No. I know. So there has to be some sort of clarity. Who's liable for what, and what are the reasons? What's the criteria? Now, my question to you, Faye, since you're part of the media industry, is the ads and the commercials that are done, by the celebrities. They're aired on televisions, correct?
Yes.
So are we going to hold the media, like the televisions, the channels, also responsible for that? Because they are hand in hand in promoting the ad. So would you expect the news channels or the entertainment channels to cross-check if the ad they are airing, do they, justify what they're claiming? So where does this buck stop? Because there's a whole chain that goes in. In the end, it comes to either, your platforms or television. So, I mean, if celebrity is going to be held liable, then so should be the news channels, and news channels, but any channel who live on advertisements.
I don't know if that's entirely fair. Pops, go ahead.
Yeah, if the claim is wrong, if the claim is wrong, everybody will be pulled out. An ad is not allowed to run on any broadcast channel, correct? And it will be settled by all the authorities.
But so how much of percentage of fault will you attribute to the manufacturer, the ad agency who creates the ad, the endorser
So
who
I do
endorses
believe
the ad, the news channel which airs the ad? At what level you will decide?
So I do believe that there will be, in fact, legal consequence for the manufacturer, for the brand that's doing the marketing, and the celebrity that's going to endorse. This is the bill that Lok Sabha has, in fact, passed. The platform on which the ad has aired technically doesn't take responsibility for that ad because they're not endorsing the content on it. So, for example, on a news channel, to answer Samir's question, on a news channel, the content that we run as part of news, we take responsibility for. We're legally liable for this content. If it turns out that we have misled, then we have to defend this content in court. But what happens in the ad breaks is the responsibility of the marketer, the brand, and according to the government, in Lok Sabha at least, also the celebrity who has endorsed that brand in that particular ad. That's where it is right now. Remember, it hasn't passed through Rajya Sabha yet, but this is the proposal that's gone through Lok Sabha right now. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, a very worrying story. The founder of Cafe Coffee Day is missing, and some fear he may have committed suicide. But does that bring us to ask a more important question? Is there an unease of doing business? And has it led to complete despair? Does it leave entrepreneurs with no other option but to contemplate suicide? We're going to look at that story, and also, is the Kerala government going easy on rape accused Franco Mulakal by delaying that case and allegedly tampering with evidence? On the other side, don't go anywhere.